can't believe people play with people's intelligence the way they play with people's intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for a living, but...
You know what's a sucker to me? A sucker is a who pick who he fight with.
Right.
Like you sitting and you, I'm not going because this.
I won't fuck with him, but I'll fuck with this one.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight you think you can beat.
And I called Jay Prince them out. I'm saying,
He didn't say nothing to whack. So when you come talking to me, I feel like you're very selective. This is exactly what I meant last week when I was talking about street is being selective.
So word on the street is Jay Prince is allegedly pressing 50 Cent with threats after 50 clowned Big Meech and hinted he might pull something if 50 keeps throwing that rat label on Meech. But come on, now when has 50 ever stayed quiet? When someone throws shots his way, never. And this time, it looks like Jay Prince messed with the wrong one. There's layers to this mess. And Jay Prince's name, it's already been floating in all kinds of shady talk. People been whispering about extortion, wild dice games, and even accusing him and his son of being linked to take Off's death. That's a lot of dirt, and if 50 wants it to diggo, he's got a whole scandal-filed toolbox ready to go.
I'm gonna answer a few of y'all questions, then I'm gonna have to go about my business. You can see I'm just relaxing, letting God's air blow on my face. In a sucker-free environment.
Now 50 already clapped back indirectly on Instagram, throwing up those classic "don't mess with me" vibes. She's reminding folks who he really is when someone tries to come for him. But wait, why is Jay Prince jumping into this? Like, he's defending Big Meech, did hear all he threatened 50, and if so, is he seriously ready to be F with the most savage troll in hip-hop? Let's get into it. Yes, 50 Cent is still going hard at Meech over those snitching claims. He's not letting it go, and it tain't just him stirring the pot anymore either. Just recently, rapper Top 5 jumped on social media exposing Meech for sliding in his DMS in a video. Top 5 called him out saying, 50 Cent, get this fake 60-year-old kingpin out my DMs before I crash out event agged it with number big screech wild. And of course, 50 loved it. They posted the video into taking another golden shot at Meech without missing a beat in the caption. 50 straight up joked have probably wanted to borrow some money from you gang A, LOL. Savage, and while most of the industry is ducking and dodging this whole mess trying not to get caught in 5. Swore with Big Meech, Jay Prince just couldn't help himself, nobody called his name, but is still dove head first into the drama, according to gossip blogs. Jay Prince been tossing shade on his Instagram stories accusing 50 of using Big Meech for clout like 50's writing Meech's name just to boost this own. The man wasn't even involved at the start, but still found a way to slide and allegedly Jay Prince posted, and then quickly deleted a message claiming Big Meech was worth over $100 million before prison 50 used Meech's life to make money gave him $5 million, and now I think he created the BMF brand. Sounds like someone's in their feelings.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, you know, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the proper word, connected, properly connected, or whatnot.
Yeah, they get tripped up on the semantics.
yeah, they get stuck. I mean, right there you stuck. So then you stuck on stupid, right?
Yeah.
You're stuck on stupid, and you're not using your powers or access to powers that you have. You're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. You know, we all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a blessing, Rip.
Real talk.
Real talk. I mean? Who want to have access to power and not use it?
But it ain't the end of it. Word is behind closed doors. Jay Prince might be making some sneaky power moves, 7 threatening to send folks after 50 to try and shut him up. But let's be real, 50 doesn't flinch. He made it crystal clear. Try all you want, but he ain't going down easy to prove it. 50 posted a scene from Day like a warning shot with a caption that said, "Get the message." Yeah, that was aimed directly at Jay Prince. Now fans are clowning Jay heavy, saying he better chill out and stop poking 50 or else he might just blow the lid off Jay's own shaddy past now. If you don't know who Jay Prince is, he's the CEO and co-founder of Rapeo Records, an OG label out of Houston. He calls himself the King of Houston and moves like he owns the whole city. There's this quiet rule in the rap game that when big artists land in tune, Jay steps in like some unofficial bodyguard making sure everything runs smooth on his turf. But note everybody's buying that whole protection act in the streets. Folks are whispering that Jay Prince and his son, Jazz, might really be running a full-blown extortion setup. And if that wasn't already shady, there's been a lot of noise about these dice games they throw down in Houston where artists supposedly get lined up and finessed for a fast come-up. Those rumors hit a boiling point after Takeoff's heartbreaking death. But here's the thing, Take wasn't even the first to lose his life after one of Jazz Prince's infamous dice nights. Just a couple months before that, Chicago jeweler Duke hit big, reportedly leaving the game with $100,000 in cash, but had never made it home. He got ambushed and shot down before he could even reach his car. Straight tragedy. Why so when Takeoff, past fans didn't just grieve, they pointed. A lot of them blamed Quo, saying he should have stayed far away from the mob ties. Circle, especially after what happened to Duke, with all the shap talk surrounding the Prince family. Folks feel like Quo should have seen the signs and kept his distance.
I had a dude call me, right? And that Junior been having some going on down there in Houston, bro. We got the media team in here. So it's an inside month. Now this month, he's the one that's tied to the dude that makes the loaded dice, right? Check the play out. All entertainers, when you go to Houston, stay away from Jay Prince Jr. There's a whole play going on. Here go the play right here. Play is a loaded dice. Now I'm gonna talk about something. Let me see if y'all catch up with to what I'm saying. The entertainer invites him in, act like he's covering for him, hanging out. Everything is cool. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go here. Let's go there. He introduces the dice game. He got three right? Who rotate the dice. Now these dice is loaded. Tell me it's a Wolf, Big Caprice, and watch this, and Little Cam are the loaded dice rotators, right? He said what? There was a situation that occurred that a certain jeweler around and got past the dice on accident and was hitting on them for a couple hundred. They got irritated about that. I ain't gonna go too far into that story because, right? Boom. The only way they could get their money back was however their money back. He said, but Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice are the three designated to say I'm up, I got the next, and they pass the dice to each other, but they loaded, but they shooting against them up. Whoever's in town, the entertainer, right? They say Jay Prince Jr., he get 30% of whatever the take is.
Now about the man accused of firing the fatal shot, Patrick Xavier Clark. He's been officially indicted by a grand jury for Takeoff's murder, but there's the sketchy part. It's been almost 3 years, and they still haven't locked in a trial date. And it gets crazier literally one day after Clark got arrested. Somehow he came up with a $1 million bond and walked out on house arrest, then fast forward to November 2023 and out of nowhere. The rules got super loose, no more ankle monitor, no more house arrest. All he had to do was stick to a 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew. Like it's just a little slap on the wrist.
But entertainers, beware of with Jay Prince Jr. when he talking about let's go shoot some dice. Because the loaded dice crew of 3 Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice. We know Lil Cam in there because I believe somehow, some way he was caught up in the dice situation. Rest in peace, Takeoff. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is this. Jay Prince Jr. got a whole thing that when y'all come into town, hold on, bro. Didn't they say Fifth Ward earlier that day shooting dice?
Yep.
That's a fact. That word been out, Wack. That word been out. We been had that memo.
And then, so I've been getting hit all day, and it got to the point at the thing with Quavo, like, that is the dice. If you're a motherfucking artist, entertainer, and you been down there to Houston with the hosting of Jay Prince Jr., and that led you to a dice game, and you was getting hit for all your shit, and you remember 3 by the name of Big Caprice, Wolf, or Lil Cam, y'all need to get on Jay Prince Jr. bumper because it was a lineup. Y'all need to holler at that because his people then told me inside, he said, Wack, we didn't want to give him the mother loaded dice.
Who goddamn Quavo was arguing with before he walked off?
I think the argument was about the dice.
The wildest part, court documents show Clark isn't allowed to contact any witnesses, victims, or Takeoff's family, and that includes Jay Prince Jr. too. Now that's got people raising eyebrows all over again. And get this, the court didn't just block Clark from contacting witnesses, they straight up banned him from reaching out to Jay Prince, Sonora in any way.
Wax, that's the jeweler that got doing the Boosie dice game. Ooh, yeah. So he was against Boosie and he got past the loaded dice. So, his name was Duke the jeweler. They said Boosie set him up. Now your story makes more sense. He died with all his jewelry on. Lil Cam was shooting that night when Takeoff died too. They are saying DJ Pat bullet was a bullet that killed Takeoff. Also, Cam was the one shooting dice, so he had the loaded dice. Now, for Boosie, they must have switched the dice up. Either they was gonna have no. Boosie was supposed to have the loaded dice, and they must have switched it, gave it to the wrong.
Now fans there are giving this whole case the major side eye. Like, how does a guy go from house arrest to walking around with just a curfew? It's got people wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. The twists just keep coming. And the craziest part, they still haven't locked down a trial date. It's like the case is being dragged out on purpose. And here's the latest jaw-dropper. Patrick Xavier Clark is standing firm on his innocence. His lawyer, Letitia Quinones-Hollins, recently told Rolling Stone that her client did not fire the shot that killed Takeoff. But she didn't just stop there. She went all the way in on the investigators. She called out the so-called evidence being used against Clark, saying the video and ballistics don't even match up. And when that courtroom lights up, she's ready to shred the whole case. There was someone else who started the shooting. It was not Patrick Clark Kennish. She told Rolling Stone he was in the same position that Takeoff was in. He was just trying to make it out alive. He had nothing to do with the argument. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time when bullets started flying now. Back to those whispers about Jay Prince allegedly lining up rappers through those dice games. This ain't new talk. Industry heads have been warning about it, including Wack 100, who straight up accused Jay Prince's son of running a loaded dice hustle on visiting artists. Wack didn't sugarcoat a thing. He told rappers to stay far away from Jazz Prince's dice nights, calling the whole setup a full-blown scam. He even hinted that Quo and Takeoff might have gotten roped into something shady that night, and that it could have sparked the chain of events that ended in Takeoff's trial. Age of death, and it didn't stop there. Wack 100 wasn't just coming for the Prince family. He pulled Lil Boosie into the mess to accusing him of being part of dice games, setup that ended in Duke the jeweler's death. Now, when Jazz Prince got hit with all these accusations, she shut it down fast. He denied even knowing Duke the jeweler and claimed his dice games had zero to do with what happened to Duke, or Takeoff. He brushed it all off, like it was just gossip flying around the internet.
Can y'all elaborate on dice game when it's tied to y'all?
I know people were associating me with that Duke the jeweler situation because I went to Lil Boosie pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to me. Truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him. So, you know, the internet play internet games. But this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I ain't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I ain't know he was from Chicago. I ain't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me, and it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do with a dice game.
But has stories surrounding Jay Prince and his behind-the-scenes plays go away. Deeper has been tied to extortion talk for years, but lately it's been hitting the spotlight in a whole different way. Like what happened back in July 2020, when NBA YoungBoy got robbed in Houston. Things got real sketchy. Allegedly, some of Jay Prince's people hit YoungBoy Airbnb, and didn't just take random stuff, they went for the gold. They reportedly grabbed his icy chains and the keys to his $350,000 Bentley. And instead of laying low, these dudes actually went online flexing in a video where they showed off stolen goods, including a white Bentley, a white Rolls Royce, and a white 2020 McLaren GT, straight up bold.
Another little school while we was gone, I got a call, you know what I mean, because the little homie young boy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and you know, I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right, because they understand that, you know what I mean, young boy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
We got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, we got your keys, got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro. Get your shit back, man.
All good, waiting on you.
But it gets even wilder. They weren't just robbing for kicks. Word is, they demanded a $30,000 ransom to return the stuff. That's when people started connecting the dots, thinking this was just another extortion move, and Jay Prince's name was all over it. Why? Because Jay himself on Instagram saying he had young boys' chains and keys, and even told him to come pick them up like it was some kind of favor. But young boy wasn't falling for it. He saw straight through the act and fired back, saying Jay Prince was out here pretending to help while really trying to finesse money. He called him out as someone who hides behind the check-in culture just to shake rappers down when they pull up in.
Hey, I don't want no friends, I don't want no new relationships. All that pussy. Hey, I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty of niggas around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you could get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy and shit. And I'm good on them keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your business, man.
And young boy ain't the only one who's had enough. Cameron and Ma even took shots at Jay Prince too, accusing him of lining up young boy and letting his protege Drake get clowned by Kendrick Lamar without stepping in.
He said it exactly. You 60. You 60. What are you talking about? What are you, bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you lined young boy NBA up, why the you got Shakur with you, and this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got young boy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. Young boy NBA told y'all niggas. This is what he said. This is what young boy NBA said. Whack 100 was the most disrespectful. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat the shit 100 said. Mad disrespect. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard. This is the first time Drake got into some shit, and I hear you say shit to Kendrick Lamar now. Why do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say, man? Control your...
Oh, and let's not forget, Cameron and Mate's beef with Jay Prince didn't come out of nowhere. It popped off